Hello everybody, today we have a spicy episode of r/PettyRevenge. Sorry I've been gone for so long, I've been pretty busy. Anyways, hope you enjoy. Okay, our first story is accused me of public urination. Good luck getting my parking spot, lady. A couple of months ago, during the first half of my workday, my belt broke as I was buckling it, back after using the restroom. So, at lunch, I run to the local Wally World and pick up a cheap replacement until I can buy a higher quality one. Go in, buy a belt, then head back to my car. I get back to my car and put the belt on while standing in my car. As I am putting on the belt, I notice a car has stopped in the aisle, waiting on me to back out. It was busy and a lot full, but I lucked into the first spot next to the handicap space, primo spot. I guess she got annoyed with waiting, and as finishing putting my belt on, I guess she thought I had decided just to piss in the parking lot in the middle of the day. She rolls her window down to confront me. She would be IL, idiot lady. How? How would you think someone's pissing? In the middle? How stupid would you have to be? Honestly.
Did you just piss in the parking lot?
What are you talking about?
You did. You just pissed in this parking lot. Disgusting.
Hey dumbass, who the hell pisses in the middle of a parking lot? I was putting on a belt I just bought. Mind your own damn business.
Bullshit. You just pissed in the parking lot.
Lady, you are a moron. I hope you aren't planning on getting the parking spot because you ain't getting it.
My kid, I ain't.
Then the standoff begins. No way in hell am I letting her get the space, even if I have to sit there all afternoon. We'll sit there 5 minutes, 10 minutes, at least 15 minutes, with her even complaining to a car wrangler about it. He doesn't do anything, of course. Then I see my chance. A big truck parked about 5 to 6 spots further down the aisle is leaving and needs space to back out, and she is blocking him from doing so. She backs up a bit and also gets closer to the cars on the other side of the aisle, so the truck has room to back out. This was another car coming up the aisle to get behind the truck. I back out of the spot really quickly as the truck is backing out. She can't get around the truck to get my spot. The car coming up the aisle gets behind the truck, and because IL has moved her car over, the car coming up the aisle goes around her and gets my spot. IL didn't have a turn signal on or anything since she had sat there so long. Damn, son! Caught him good, gamers. It's gamer time. I circle back around the next aisle to see her reaction. She lays on the horn and yells at the car who pulled into my spot. She is livid, red face, cursing, etc. The driver tells her to frick off. In the meantime, another car had come and gotten the space the truck backed out of, so IL had to keep circling to find a spot. And it was sweet. That is pretty good petty revenge, even though, yeah, that's good, actually. I enjoyed that. Good petty revenge. This gets a 9.647 out of 10. Just saying. Rude to a server, enjoyer, stronger drink. A while ago, I was working for a popular restaurant chain. I was a bartender there, but frequently picked up serving shifts. Often, I was responsible for training our new employees, and honestly, I preferred training them so they knew how to do their job properly. As such, I pretty much was responsible for training the majority of our new hires, and because I spent the first few weeks at their side, I felt responsible for them. Anyway, one particular server that I had was this sweet boy who was great with customers and would literally bend over backwards to please someone. I don't know if I've met anyone who cared about others like this since. As such, I felt particularly protective over this boy. One particular shift, I was bartending, and he was serving a larger party that had been set near my bar. I could overhear everything that was happening while he served them. The lady who I assumed was the head of the party would not give this kid a break and was constantly talking over him, asking for things that we have never had on the menu, of course claiming she had it last time, giving him attitude for these non-existent items, basic entitled customer nonsense. I could see the server was visibly becoming fluttered with the table, but unfortunately in food, that's what you have to learn to deal with. The turning point for me was when she snapped at the server over a birthday song. Our establishment does not sing happy birthday to tables. However, we do offer a free sundae. The server explained this, but she was not having it. He even very politely offered to sing, but warned her it would only be him singing as the other servers likely wouldn't join him. She was incredibly rude to him about this, and I was behind the bar fuming. As he finally goes to ring in their entree order, she rudely asks him for another mojito, saying that I hadn't made it properly. Another thing to note is that our location is next to a hockey stadium, so based off whether we have a game or not, we'll prepare drinks in different glasses. I hadn't been thinking and had made the drink in the wrong glass, so of course I was fine remaking it in the proper glass. She might have been in a B, but I did use the wrong glass for a non-game day. Apparently, she thought she deserved more alcohol since I made a mistake. She sent me a drink back and ordered my server to tell me to give her more liquor. One thing you never tell a bartender, make my drink stronger. So, of course, I remade her mojito with 0 alcohol, except for 2 drops of rum down her sip straw. She certainly enjoyed her stronger drink and even ordered 2 more. Hope you enjoyed paying almost $30 for 3 drinks with maybe a quarter ounce of liquor altogether. Don't mess with my servers or insult my drinks. Bottom gamers. Literally, how could she? Well, the worst thing about customers is if they have something they don't like, you remake it for them. You could do it literally, basically any way. You can make it worse, and they'll 95% of the time they'll say thank you. This is so much better because they just wanted to complain. People love complaining, and I don't understand why. But this is a good story. I like this. Good job. Up. My 7th grade English teacher hated me, but I made her think she was crazy for 2 weeks. Ooh, I can't tell this is gonna be good. So, in 7th grade, I missed a lot of school due to medical and mental issues. That being said, all of my teachers were understanding except one. I'm not going to lie, I don't actually remember her real name, so we'll call her Mrs. Bitter, my 7th grade English teacher. I'm sure most of you remember or all still having to do accelerated reading or AR. If not, basically the school gave all students a test to see what reading level they are on, what book ranges they can read, and how many points one would need to get to pass English. They would tell you to check out books, and each book had a point system on it. This was the amount of points you receive after finishing the book. Then, taking a 10-question quiz to make sure you read it, I always scored 12 plus, so I could read anything I wanted. Not the point, but moving on. Well, every English class was required to allow students 30 minutes to read their AR books. They had to be AR books, specifically. If it had no points, you couldn't read it during that time block. They were also required to take the class to the library once a week to check out new books or take quizzes. Being sick and absent so much, I didn't get to go to the library often, so I was always having to go to the library before or after school to do my stuff. I didn't have the best home life, so it was hard for me to go early or stay later. Well, many times I went to class, I either didn't have a book or I had a book, but it wasn't an AR book. MB would go around and check every damn book every day to make sure we were doing what we were supposed to. If you didn't have it, she'd give you a warning. 3 warnings and you get detention. Needless to say, this happened to me. I was furious because MB literally had a bookshelf full of AR books in her class that no one was allowed to read if we forgot our book, or didn't have it because of reasons like me. MB chastised me in front of the class and even scolded me for being absent too much. She made me cry more than once. What a horrible teacher. What are you doing? You know this person can't be in school for, I don't know, whatever medical reasons they have or mental reasons. Edit. I don't understand 2 things. 1, why she hated me, and 2, why she wouldn't let anyone else use her God's forsaken books on her bookshelf. Your guess is as good as mine. After months of this, I decided to be petty because I was sick of her picking on me. At this point, she basically just expected me to not have my approved book. So I went into her room one morning while she wasn't there. She had busted E, and wrote down about 5 to 10 AR books on her personal bookshelf that she wouldn't let us use. Again, still not sure why. Then I hid them behind all the other books. After that, I went to the library during the precious hour lunch period. Okay. Not because people are there. I checked out about 4 or 5 copies of the books on that shelf. I couldn't check out any more than that. Next day, I come in and we get to the point of silent reading. Here we go. I pull out one of the books I had duplicated and begin to read. MB starts making her rounds to check the books. I was sitting there hoping so bad that she would do what I thought she'd do. She gets to me. I don't look at her, and I can see on my peripheral vision she's looking very hard at my book. Silently, I observed her walk directly over to her bookshelf and begin to look for what I assumed was the book she thought I took, so I wouldn't get in trouble again. I could see the anger in her face when she couldn't find it. MB fast walks over to me, and with her everlasting need to torture and embarrass me, she grabs my book pretty forcibly and starts accusing me of taking a book without permission that would be getting another warning and detention from stealing from her. I just sat there calmly letting her finish. Then I said, MB, that book is from the library, not your bookshelf. You were mistaken. She disagrees again and starts to head to her desk for the write-up. I turn and I say, would you please look on the inside? It clearly shows where it belongs to the library, with the checkout list and everything. Has my name right on it. God, the teacher freaking destroyed me. I wish I could do this. She did, thinking she would get me for lying too. Well, I saw her face get bright red and slowly comes over to give it back. She didn't apologize or anything. In fact, I think it made her hate me more. I was vindicated, but this wasn't enough for me. Day after day, I'd bring another duplicate book, and each time she would stomp over to her shelf, not finding her copy, looking at me with 7 hells fury. Each time I'd show her the library stamp when she approached to accuse again. This went on for about 2 weeks. I honestly think I made her feel crazy and so irritated that she couldn't pin anything on me. I also came in again one day in the morning and put all her books back in place as if they were there all along. I get my AR points by just reading the duplicate books and passed with an A. I still don't know why she hated me so much, but for about 2 weeks I enjoyed watching her crumble every day and not being able to punish me for shit. Not the most elaborate of petty revenges, but I loved it. That's pretty elaborate. Hiding the books and then checking out the ones in the library. It's pretty epic. I got used for my homework, so I forgot to draw her in the end of the year comic for the class. After reading through a bunch of stories here, I was reminded of my senior year in high school, where we had to do a project for a chemistry class. I wanted to do something creative that was inclusive of my class, because everyone in there was lovely. Well, all except for one. This girl, Jane, and I were never really close, but I always thought we were on okay terms, until this one day. When I was walking in the library, she calls at me and asks if I finished the chemistry homework. Me being unable to say no, I nodded and pulled it out for her to copy. As she did so, I was sitting with my headphones put in, but I wasn't actually listening to music, just kinda enjoying the quiet library. Anyway, a few minutes pass and another one of Jane's friends walks in and they're talking about random stuff until she gets to saying something on the lines of, "Yeah, I only talk to people I don't like when I need something." And though I wasn't looking at her, I could clearly see she was talking about me when she said that. Upset that I couldn't find the courage to tell her off, and not wanting to get in trouble for letting her copy me at work, I decided to enact my revenge by completely forgetting to add her in the end of the year project. I ended up deciding to draw a comic of the class with everyone in there, and in the middle there's a panel of the entire class, except there's a huge empty spot where Jane should have been. As everyone laughed at their own characters, I clearly heard her ask, "And where am I supposed to be?" in an offended tone. She never talked to me again after that, and everyone else loved the comic. So a win-win. Also, here's the comic if you wanted to see it, I guess. Alright, our final story is called Lose Me, Lose the Key. This happened when I was a kid. Me and two of my friends decided to go on a bike ride and picnic on the pastures about 2 miles from our town. We headed off, me carrying everything in my backpack. When we got there, my two friends were giggling and whispering to one another, but I didn't think much of it as they were best friends. After our food, we decided to ride around the woods on the other side of the fields. They encouraged me to go in front, and I cycled up the hill. I got to the top and stopped to wait for them, but when I turned around, they were gone. They must have taken a different route or hidden. Now I was mad. I realized they had planned to leave me all along. As it happened, my backpack had one of the girls' house keys in it. They were both staying there that night, so I cycled back to the town. A little terrified on my own of the back roads, I went to the girl's house and returned her key. The petty part comes that when I did not place the key in the plant pot by the back door, as was the tradition. Knowing her parents wouldn't be home until tea time, I hurled the key into their overgrown back garden and went home. Couples of hours later, my two friends turned up at my house asking for their key back, and I informed them that it was in their garden, so good luck finding it. They seemed quite good at losing things. Ooh, that's good. How do people think of these things on the spot? It's so good. I don't get it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Sorry it took a long time to come out. I have been really busy. But anyways, see ya.